Scorpio, taking a peek at the astrology for you, there could be some exciting, if not confusing energies at play in your love life and in your relationships. There may be new commitments and partnerships that are coming into the picture, particularly towards the end of the month, that are actually very defining for the next year ahead of us. However, I really see a lot of your focus and emphasis is placed on stability and finances, and maybe even new forms of abundance coming in the middle of this month. If you're excited for this month's reading, then definitely be sure to hit like, subscribe, and the bell notification so you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. I want to wish you all a very happy and blessed holiday season. I know that this time of year can be challenging for some people, so I'm really sending lots of warm wishes to you and your loved ones and anyone you know who needs it. I'm actually running a sale on my website, so you can get 20% off all of my services using the code GOODTIDINGS. This is good through the end of December, and I really think that this is just a great time to get a reading or Reiki session done. That way you can start off the new year on the right foot. By popular request, I actually do have gift cards available in my store as well, so it's never been easier to gift a reading or Reiki session to a loved one. I know lots of people have asked me about that in the past, so I'm really excited to unveil those as well. And I just want to thank all of you who have supported me and this channel, and I can't believe that we've made it through another year. It really is just such a gift to be able to do this work for all of you, and from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful for you and wish you a beautiful holiday season. While I was connecting with your energy, Scorpio, I did actually pull the horse card, and this really wasn't surprising because this animal, this spirit, really indicates a lot of persevering, going after what it is that you want, and making very steady progress in your life. It feels like you can pretty much do whatever you set your mind to this month, and again, I think that this is very favorable for those of you who are trying to increase your abundance or, manifest new opportunities for yourself. I really feel like the horse is telling you that your discipline and your hard work is going to be paying off, and you feel very focused to me this month, which is actually quite interesting. We do have Mercury retrograde in December, and so things could potentially get confusing at times, especially with Mercury going retrograde in Capricorn around the 13th, the day after the new moon in Sagittarius. There could be some sort of confusion or miscommunication, and ultimately this could be causing you to rethink your values or your sense of stability. Maybe even on a deeper level, where do you derive your sense of stability? How do you derive your notions of success and abundance? But overall, I feel like there is plenty for you to reap in the month of December. So very exciting start here. I am going to shuffle the tarot deck for you. I'm really curious to see what else we have. But as I do that, I'm just going to give my friendly reminder that these are general readings, meaning not all of the messages that come forward are going to be meant for you specifically. And if this video just doesn't resonate, nothing necessarily went wrong. It just wasn't meant for you at this time, but you're more than welcome to check out the other videos, maybe for your moon or rising sign. I feel like some of you may have been in... I'm actually feeling like... with this past energy with the Two of Swords and Five of Cups in reverse, I feel like a lot of you have been stuck in your feelings. I almost wonder if there's been a lack of communication. Maybe you're communicating less with somebody, or maybe you have cut off communication with somebody, and it feels like they have been coming up for you, or it's just something that's been in the recent past. It's been in your mind and in your heart. I kind of feel like some of you are trying to distract yourself. Maybe a relationship hasn't gone well. It feels like it's a matter of the heart. I'm actually curious. Why is the Five of Cups here for my Scorpios? Yeah, Five of Cups with the Knight of Cups in reverse. This is either a relationship that has ended or isn't going well, or there's just a sense of disconnect overall. There could just be someone going through a hard time. We do actually have a lot of water energy with the Knight of Cups, so this could be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or just someone who's very dreamy, someone who's very romantic, but it feels like something wasn't working there. And I'm really getting this energy that a lot of you have been trying to distract yourself from this situation. If this isn't about a relationship, some of you really tried to follow your heart and were disappointed in some way, and it feels like you've been very guarded. Because when I actually look at this Two of Swords, it's like this woman has the two swords crossed over her chest. They're crossed over her heart. And it feels like there's been this sadness, there's been this holding back, and at the same time, you're not willing to move forward. You're not willing to make yourself be vulnerable. You're not willing to put yourself out there. I kind of feel like this actually was a while ago for a lot of you, this disappointment, whether this was in love or in something that you really cared about, but it feels like you haven't really been moving forward since. And if there's one message with the horse, it is about moving forward, and honestly moving forward with great speed. So what else do we have for Scorpio? Show us clearly, please. Yeah, we have the King of Swords. You've been very, very guarded. And I feel like with Mercury going retrograde in the sign of Capricorn and really going into Capricorn season towards the end of the month, I feel like the way that you communicate or don't communicate could be coming into question. I really look at the King of Swords as someone who's very strategic, someone who's very logical and tactical, but maybe emotionally disconnected. This could also be energy that you are connecting with as well. This is actually Aquarius energy, but it could also be Gemini or Libra. Tell me more about this King of Swords. Interesting. King of Swords with the Ace of Cups. Yeah. Honestly, I'm getting a lot of poker face energy for you, Scorpio. And like, there's someone or something that's exciting for you, but I feel like you're not giving the signals, you're not giving the signs. This could also be vice versa. Keep that in mind with these general readings. Sometimes the energy is reversed, sometimes the roles are switched. There could be someone in your life who is very poker-faced, and it feels like there's almost two parties at play where it's like each person is waiting for the other person to make the first move or drop a hint, and it's kind of just this stalemate. I feel like there's not a lot happening between two different parties or like between what it is that you want. And it's like you're kind of waiting for something. You're waiting for the burning bush. You're waiting for the moment to go after what it is that you want. And it feels like even if there is something there, I don't think it's going to be very obvious. Interesting, interesting. Tell us a little more. Let's go a little bit deeper here. Wow. Yeah, we have the Two of Cups. I'm going to be honest, Scorpio. I feel like there is someone who has reciprocal feelings for you. Maybe some of you are already in a relationship and it's just telling me that there is still a connection there. But it feels like both of you are kind of running from each other a little bit. You're afraid to play your hand, so to speak. I feel like a lot of you don't want to get too comfortable in a relationship unless you know that the person is right for you, but you're not going to really know if you're not putting a little bit of yourself out there or risking some vulnerability here. Yeah, the world, putting yourself out there, opening up. Honestly, Scorpio, the messages are already repeating and we're not even 10 minutes in. So it feels like there is something here where it's like this poker game. And both of you have a very good poker face. I'm going to say that. I almost think you might be surprised by who this person could be. We are looking at Aquarius energy, again, with the world. This is also very fixed energy, so it could be Taurus, Leo, or Scorpio, which is your energy. Yeah, I feel like there's a poker face. What else do we have? You're holding yourself back. You're overthinking things with the Eight of Swords. Things don't need to be this complicated. And honestly, this isn't just about relationships. This is about the way that you move through your life. It feels like you've been taking a very reactive approach and you've been trying to wait for signs or synchronicities, but I really feel like Spirit is actually telling you that you have to make the first move. You're the one who has to at least put some initiative. There's some movement that you need to take. And there needs to be a balance. There needs to be a healing with the Temperance card. Again, I feel like there is a really good relationship that's in your orbit, Scorpio. And it's like, you might be so surprised by who has feelings for you. It might even be this person from the past. I'm just gonna be honest, because it feels like, oh no, that's said and done. There's no way that it could be this person. But honestly, like, there is such a weird dynamic here. It's almost like there's a history here, or maybe this is someone you work with. Maybe you have some sort of professional relationship with this person, and so you don't want to compromise it, or maybe this is just a good friend. I'm actually hearing age gap as well. There could be a big age gap between you and this person, or at least one that feels significant to you. That could also be an element here as well, at least for some of you. We have the Ten of Swords in reverse. Honestly, this is just giving, like, worst case scenario thinking. Like, you end up taking the steam out of yourself so quickly, Scorpio, because you are just imagining things will go the worst possible way. And in some way, it's kind of trying to protect you from disappointment. But I actually think it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy, because you're not going to know. Who's going to play their hand first? That's really what I'm wondering. I really feel like someone has feelings for you, Scorpio, and I feel like you have feelings for them too, and neither of you are talking about it right now. Interesting. We do have the Death card. This really could be something that was brought to an end. I really hate that. Like, I'm going to be honest. I hate how many readers on YouTube just blow up because they're they're like preying on people who are vulnerable and like wanting to either get back together with their ex or something like that. But it just feels like it's such a repeating message. If this isn't with your ex, though, it feels like this is a dynamic that you are continuing, and maybe that's the thing that needs to end. That's the thing that needs to change. You need to be maybe a little less pessimistic, if I'm being honest. It's kind of time to pick yourself up a little bit and, like, take a chance on the things you love. Queen of Cups. Yeah. That's a very receptive and open energy here. You really need to get into your heart. I feel like I could just keep pulling cards and getting the same message. So I'm actually going to be asking some other messages now. What do we have for finances? Because I feel like there is some focus on finances for you as well. We do have the Hierophant. There could be some sort of advancement, or maybe you are talking to someone about your finances or stability. You could be getting advice from somebody, because sometimes the Hierophant represents a teacher or a mentor. You could be learning, but I really also see this potentially as you getting a promotion or advancing in some way. There's kind of like a hierarchy that you are moving forward in, or maybe you are going into the next stage of your career or your financial life. We have the Page of Swords as well. So yeah, I do feel like there is a learning process that is happening for you financially. You could be learning about finances, and again, this just makes perfect sense. We actually have a new moon in Sagittarius on the 12th, which could very well bring in new sources of income and abundance for you, Scorpio. But we also do have Mercury going retrograde. First goes retrograde in Capricorn, but it enters into Sagittarius on the 23rd. And this is a really good time to learn about finances and kind of review things. I feel like you might be making plans as well. You're getting out of an energy of scarcity with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and you're making very strategic steps to getting out of the situation you're in, or at least growing. Maybe you want to grow faster than you've been growing, or be more abundant than you've been. Because I feel like there's been a lot of worry with the Nine of Swords. This actually did come up in reverse, but I flipped it upright. I feel like with the Nine of Swords, you do need to talk through some things with somebody. You need to sort things out, because I actually feel like there's something that's very manageable. You're very capable of the abundance that you desire. That's what I'm really feeling from Spirit, but there's a lot of anxiety right now. There's a lot of worry, and I feel like we have the Lovers. I feel like there is support that is coming in. It could be coming from a Gemini. And I feel like you're making a decision. You are making a decision to go towards something, to build something. I'm actually hearing some of you might even be considering taking out a loan or something like that. It feels like there might be some sort of calculated risk that you are taking, but it's important that you trust and you have that commitment, because again, Scorpio, it feels like you've been in a very wishy-washy energy. And it's really important that you are committed to something here. Maybe committed to your vision, committed to your dream, making things happen. Because there is something coming in with the Three of Wands in the future. I really do feel like there are ships coming in. There is abundance coming in. And you feel it. You see it. You know it. Any other messages for Scorpio? Any blessings for Scorpio that we should be aware of? The Magician. If you want it, you can have it. You can manifest things. It will require you to make some plans. It will require you to be prepared, Scorpio. But I feel like you are a very powerful manifester this month. And whether that's manifesting relationships, whether that's manifesting abundance, it doesn't really matter. It feels like you're bringing this energy in. And I'm going to tell you what, with Jupiter going direct right at the end of this month, on the 30th, right before the new year, there is a lucky turn of events that's happening for you. And it might be coming in the form of a relationship, but it could also be coming from this, getting support from somebody else as well. That's because Jupiter is in Taurus, your opposite sign, the sign that rules over your 7th house of relationships and partnerships. So there is a lot of growth, and it does feel like there is someone who wants to help you. Again, the Magician actually can signify Gemini energy. There could be a Gemini who's trying to help you. This can also be Virgo energy as well. What else? What other blessings do we have for Scorpio? We have the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, abundance. You're growing your empire. You are growing the things that you want. It is a long-term vision that you are manifesting and moving towards. But again, with the horse, if you keep up a daily practice, or you keep being perseverant, if you keep being diligent and persevere, you will achieve your goals. And I feel like some of you are actually, your commitment is being tested by the universe. There we go. That's what I'm getting with the Lovers. Your commitment is being tested right now. And it feels like you are just on the cusp of a breaking point that's going to be very positive for you. And you kind of know it with the High Priestess, but you're sort of doubting yourself. I feel like your intuition is telling you what you need to do, and you're just waiting for more obvious signs, but like, you already know. Any other blessings? Any other messages for Scorpio? I think I'm going to pull an oracle card for you here. What are the messages for Scorpio? Any other messages for Scorpio? What are the messages for Scorpio? Is it this one? I'm not getting a very strong read from this deck. I'm going to try a different deck. I'm going to try the Moonology deck. Let's try this. What are the messages for Scorpio? New moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. Here we go. We actually do have a new moon in Capricorn in January, so this could be a time where there is something that is paying off for you. But ultimately, I think this card really speaks for itself. A lot of the time with the new moon in Capricorn, or really any new moon in an earth sign, which is Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, there is a need to be practical and have a plan and to work towards something. But I feel like, again, whatever it is that you are working towards this month, Scorpio, is just blessed. And it is a commitment, but I do feel like you will be successful. Anything else for Scorpio? Expect powerful change with the new moon eclipse. Okay, yeah, I feel like there is a very powerful new beginning. You're already feeling this. I feel like there could be a new job or more abundance that's coming in. I'm really, really getting that, actually. Any other messages? I'm wondering if there's something happening in April with the new moon eclipse that we have, the solar eclipse. It feels like that could be a really powerful beginning for you as well. And that actually would make sense because that's like your routines, your day-to-day grind. That's something that could be paying off. I feel like there's some major change that is happening between Capricorn season and the beginning of spring. This winter really is a very powerful time for you to grind, and it's very interesting because that's not usually what we associate winter with, but I feel like you are hard at work on something. And of course, we have the new moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. Honestly, Scorpio, it feels like you're leveling up. Like, finances are improving. You're going to be in a very different financial situation come springtime, or 3 or 4 months from now, come April. And I feel like there's also a new romantic cycle that is coming in. I feel like this is actually more imminent. And maybe this is just the way that you connect with people. Maybe you're changing your own patterns. I actually feel like that's the most important message for you right now. But this very well could also be indicating a new relationship or a deeper commitment with someone. We have 3 new moons on the table, so there's a lot of new energy. And what that tells me is that you have been in a waning cycle. There's been a releasing, there's been a letting go. Maybe it's been harder, but now you are in the new moon phase and things are going to be building over time. So it really feels like there's a nice turning of chapters for you. And I hope that you look forward to that, Scorpio. I think those are all the messages I have for you this month. Definitely be sure to hit like and subscribe, especially if you've made it this far into the video. Definitely comment down below. Let me know what came up for you. I'm always so curious to hear that. Again, I have a sale on my website. All of my services are 20% off using the code GOODTIDINGS. That's through December. And you're also welcome to check out the other videos. Maybe you're for your moon or rising sign especially. There could be some messages there for you as well. And I will see you all next time. Take care, Scorpio. Have a happy and blessed December and very happy holiday season.